Ladies and gentlemen, this is GetDown Fights 20. This is the California State Championships.
This is what it's all about, the bantamweight title on the line. So out of nowhere comes up with a key takedown. What an effort by both fighters, and what a victory here. Welcome everyone to GetDown 20, the California State Championships presented by DraftKings. Tonight we bring you part 2. This time it's personal, but we look back at last week's 3 championship fights. It was Napolitano taking on Felkins as we relive the action.
Yeah, Holt Felkins remains undefeated and wins the California State Bantamweight Championship. His first victory via decision.
And he earned the opportunity to take home the gold. Then it was the featherweight title on the line as Alex Trinidad. He's a big, tough fighter. He looked to have everything going his way until he was submitted out of nowhere by Luis Vargas.
Yeah, Luis Vargas there with a modified triangle submitted Trinidad in a minor upset to take the featherweight championship.
Our third fight of the night last week was for the light heavyweight title. It was Adam Wamsley trying to live up to his name early with the strikes, taking on Jamal Pogues.
Yeah, Pogues defended several submission attempts and pounded out Wamsley for 3 rounds in a decision victory to become the California State light heavyweight champion.
Last week, 3 champions were crowned. History was made. How are we going to top that? How about 4 huge championship bouts here tonight on part 2 of the GetDown 20 California State Championships? There you take a look at the card, and we are going to kick things off. Time for some action as we take a look at the tail of the tape. The California State Middleweight Championship on the line. Jonathan Noriega comes in with an unblemished record, 3-0. Can he keep it that way and take home the gold? He takes on Esley Colson, also has 3 wins to go with his 1 loss, but he's got 2 straight victories. Can he take home the gold?
All right, gentlemen, been over the rules already. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves now if you want. At the sound of the bell, come on out and handle your business, guys. Let's go.
Heard the referee's instructions. We get set for action. Jonathan Noriega taking on Esley Colson. There you see Colson as both men come out for round 1, the middleweight championship on the line. Thanks for welcoming us back into your home. Second great consecutive week of championship fights, Rob.
Yeah, really a big time event, crowning California State champions across all weight divisions with 4 title fights here tonight. In this one, Colson, you could consider maybe a slight favorite coming into this fight, ranked number 3 in the state. Noriega ranked 5th as he secures the early takedown here in round 1.
I think there'll be a lot of parity in this fight, though. Both guys ranked.
Darce choke, Darce
in the
choke.
top 5, looking for that early submission. And Colson, maybe an agent there, maybe has a shield. Good defense there of the submission attempt. Colson now continuing, gets the back now of Jonathan Noriega.
Boy, talk about a swing in momentum. Colson dodged a bullet with that Darce choke. It was in deep. For a minute there, I thought Noriega was going to pull this one out in the first round. And now here he is with Colson, dominant position on the back of Noriega. See the controlling the wrist and landing that right hand, popped Noriega's head up.
Esley Colson coming off of 2 straight victories. His opponent, Jonathan Noriega, as we mentioned, a perfect 3-0, but he finds himself in some degree of jeopardy here in the first round.
Yeah, he's really gonna have to go for broke here to get out of this, dominant position. And if you're Colson, you're gonna try to look to flatten out Noriega, really break his spirits, land some ground and pound, and hopefully finish with the ground and pound or a choke. As he continues to control that wrist and really sneak that right hand underneath the armpit of Noriega. It's the second time he's connected with that punch.
Colson has his back here, looking to go to work perhaps. Sink in a submission, perhaps go for the rear naked choke. And you often find that in the sport of MMA, Rob. You saw that Noriega went for the early Darce choke, but when you go for something so quick, it leaves you open, and that is what has been the case ever since.
Yeah, if you're going to go for a submission, better make sure you have it locked up and synced in. If not, if your opponent gets out, you're in trouble. You just finished squeezing, you had drained yourself of a lot of energy, and you leave yourself vulnerable once your opponent escapes your submission.
And as a result, Colson has dictated the pace for the remainder of this first round, and he's been active with the strikes as he's got Noriega all tied up.
Nice transition into the mount position. Noriega turtling up again, exposing his back, and again, Colson sneaking those right hands underneath the armpit. Although we see here Noriega locking in a Kimura attempt. Not sure if he has enough real estate up against the cage to escape his hips and really sinking in. Nonetheless, threatening with the submission here.
Not much time to work though. Inside 10 seconds as this first round gonna come to a close. Can he finish the submission here? Cannot do it. Great first round. A couple of very good submission attempts there by Jonathan Noriega, but good control, good striking by Colson. They will see a round 2 here for the middleweight championship when we continue right here on Get Down 20, the California State Championships, Part 2.